Well, John, thanks for joining us. Just first of all, looking back on Saturday, I'm sure you've had time over the weekend to sort of dissect it. What are your thoughts having watched it back?
The same at the time, really. Just very frustrated that we didn't get something out of the game. I thought the lads performed very well. Really hard to play against, limited them to next to nothing. And the goal that we conceded was a really poor goal. And it's something that we spoke about today, and all in agreement that that's not us. And it's time to get back to doing basics again.
It was very uncharacteristic in terms of the goal conceded. You say there. Liam Thompson mentioned when he did a post-match interview about every moment matters. Is that a sort of message that you feel that you've had to reinforce to the squad, or is it something that they already know that these games are decided by the sort of finest of margins?
I think the lads know. You can see the performances they've been putting in. They've been magnificent, and it's just let's hope it's just a little blip and a little reset moment where we understand that every moment does matter, and there's no better game now against a top team in Burnley to try and put things right.
Despite the defeat there were plenty of encouraging signs, and again, you look really solid as a team.
Yeah, you can see the organisation's there, you can see the desire there for the group. We had obviously a problem with the team before with Alder having to pull out early, so the way we adjusted to that, the players coming in again were magnificent. So that real togetherness is there. The 2,000 fans that travelled were right behind the boys as well, which was really pleasing. And obviously we said afterwards it was disappointing not to give them to something more to cheer about, but it's great that we're all together and we're fighting for every point available.
You mentioned the togetherness. I know we mentioned it after the game. Just thought I'd pick up that you had Jerry Yates there on Saturday. He wanted to travel with the team. You've got Callum Elder there, not available, travelling with the team. You've had Curtis Nelson at Plymouth. You've got Sondre Langas pushing himself through the pain barrier. Are you pleased to see that these lads are not necessarily taking the responsibility on, but they all want to be together and they're showing it?
Yeah, we spoke about the players who aren't available. We've obviously had a lot of injuries since I've come in, but I've spoke to the group and said how important them players are, not just on the pitch but off the pitch now as well, and everyone's playing a huge part into what we're doing at the moment.
It feels like this is very Championship at the moment, that you had no game for 2.5 weeks, then you played Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. It just feels like it's gone from 0 to 100 again. Yeah,
and that's the Championship. It's relentless, and that's why it's very important that you can easily go 2 or 3 games without a win and 2 or 3 games with winning. So it's important you don't get too high or too low with the defeats. So we just keep level-headed, we keep working hard, and see where it takes us at the end of the season.
You mentioned now not getting too low with the defeats. It's not something that the group have been accustomed to over the last month. You've had a great run. Is that just a reminder to them as well? Look, don't get too downbeat because the games come so quickly.
Of course, as I've just said, the Championship is relentless, and you've just got to keep believing in what you're doing. And we stick together through thick and thin. There's 6 huge games coming up, and the next challenge is Burnley tomorrow night.
In terms of Burnley then, what sort of challenge do you expect from them?
Well, they're obviously the best team in the league. They're top of the league, so we expect a really difficult night, but one we're really looking forward to.
In terms of the atmosphere at Pride Park, how pleased are you with the feeling around the place? Because clearly when a team's fighting for survival, it can be quite edgy, but it feels like in the last couple of weeks there's a real positive environment for the players to go out and perform.
Well, listen, Derby County is a club that I obviously know well, and it's the only environment that I've known as a player coming back. It's been very positive as well, so I know how powerful the fans are, I know how powerful the staff are around the training ground and at the stadium. So, we're a big family now, and it's important that we all keep believing in what we're doing, and that positive environment is there for us all to see. The fans have been magnificent, the staff at the training ground have been great, and the players' efforts have been fantastic as well. So it's going to take one huge effort for all of us to make sure we get enough points from now to the end of the season.
It's been a fixture for 23 years now, and as I say, it's a fixture in our events and fundraising calendar. It's also a fixture in the city's calendar as well, so it's great to bring as many people from the local community together, and it's one event that brings all our staff together as well.
The Derby 10K is so important to the runners locally because they rarely get a chance to come and do a race through the streets of the city, and particularly on such a large scale. So it's a great chance for all the runners of various abilities, all the different club, beginners, experienced runners, to come and do an achievable distance, 10K, and raise money for charity, to get together and create this camaraderie that the local running community is so well known for.
So the Derby 10K is really important to Treat Tops Hospice. We have runners running every year, raising vital funds, and obviously we get to be here on the day to support them, which is great. It really spreads the word about our work in the community, and to be here to cheer our runners on is just fabulous.
We're all about community of the Derby Runner. The reason that our little business survives is because we've got such great support from everybody locally, and we want to give support back to such a great event.
I think it was one that there was good parts and bad parts. I think we were disappointed, obviously, to lose. Dressing room was really flat after, which is understandable. Obviously, we'd won 4 in a row, so to make it 5 would have been amazing. And to be narrowly defeated is upsetting, but obviously it's an opportunity now, so to go into Tuesday, we can kind of try and put it right.
Do you think as a game it sort of might show the fine margins in football, because as chances go, they didn't have many till later on? It's just that they take that one chance. Yeah,
exactly that. Yeah, like obviously their goal was disappointing from a defensive standpoint. From like all of me and like Lange, we got kind of mixed up there. I thought he was heading it, and then he just and I just kind of switched off. So it's like they get one chance, and it hurts. And we feel like we've had quite a few, maybe not quite a few, but probably a bit more clear cut than themselves to score. And yeah, like that's how football goes sometimes. Like they win the game, and it wasn't how we wanted it to be.
And you mentioned they're winning 4 in a row after your first defeat. After that run, how important is it that you're able to maintain the momentum built up over those 4 wins?
Yeah, it's important. I think winning's a habit. I mean, it's something that like you do it once and you want to taste for it again, and it just keeps coming and coming. And like you said, 4 in a row is amazing in any division, never mind the Championship, where it's possibly one of the hardest to do. It's obviously a massive thing, and to be honest, to stay up and to fight like we wanna, we're gonna have to put a similar kind of run together. So it's important we get straight back on the horse and keep going.
And talk to me about the intensity of the league, especially at the moment coming up to the end of season run, in the games where you've won again, like Plymouth, going late on and pushing hard. Obviously, you came off with an injury in that game. It just shows how intense the level is.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it really is relentless. There is no, I know this is cliche, there is no easy game, but that is, this year in the Championship has been the most I've ever experienced. That kind of saying where like there is no easy game. Every game has got a different challenge, and you have to kind of live up to it. And if you don't, then you find yourself struggling. So yeah, obviously we have to really like be switched on, concentrated, follow the gaffer's plan, and execute it best as we can.
And no easy game. Well, Burnley currently sit top of the table. Your opponent's on Tuesday. Talk to me a bit about them as an opposition. What do you expect?
I expect them to be good. Like they are obviously top of the league, and them, Sheffield United, Leeds are all finding it out for them automatic places. Maybe even Sunderland. So they're all teams that we've played before, but they obviously are formidable opponents, and we're going to have to be on our top game to get any kind of result. But I really think we will be. So we have to just kind of go in with that mindset and try and perform.
And not many teams have taken points against them this season. Just 2 have beat them. Got a 0-0 draw against them in December. Does that performance and grit help coming into this one?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I think obviously going to their ground, I know not many people score, but I'm guessing not many people don't let them score. Obviously, they wouldn't be where they are without that. So we know that if we're resilient and we bond together and really put a performance in, then we've got a chance to keep them quiet. And obviously, the proof's in earlier in the season.
And finally, the Pride Park atmosphere will definitely have a part to play in the end of season running. We've seen that against Blackburn, Coventry and Preston, another one tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. I think it goes without saying that Pride Park is to our advantage. This year has been relentless with the support they've given us, which is amazing. As a player myself, there's something I love. Like I look forward to playing at home more than anywhere in my career, because I love play in front of the Derby fans, and I know that all the lads do as well. So it's important that we try and put a performance together for them, because obviously they're going to be coming out. Hopefully it's not cold. Hopefully it's a bit warm, but they're going to be coming out supporting the boys. So we have to try and give back to them.